take your silver spoon, dig your grave.
It's March 2nd, and you're tuned into the People's Patriot Project WeP3 Weekly Debrief. Right now, you're listening to WeP3 Radio, proudly produced in partnership with Rees Across America Radio. Together, we share a mission to remember the fallen, honor those who have served, and to teach the future generations the value of freedom. Freedom secured, bought, and paid for by the brave men and women who have worn our community and national uniform. Stay tuned for WeP3 Weekly Debrief. Now playing on WeP3 Radio, Gen 4, Gold Dust Woman.
Lousy lovers pick the prey, but they never cry out loud. Cry out. Cry out. Did she make you cry? Make you break down? Shatter your illusions and love.
Left your left, left right, your left. You got it.
Thank you for joining in today with Andrea Eichmann and Mark Peterson of the People's Patriot Project for this week's WeP3 Debrief. Find out what our crew has been working on to help support those who have given some and all to the pursuit of liberty and freedoms across Minnesota and the United States. Watch, listen, and support as we create the beacon of hope and opportunity in today's society that needs its heroes. Are you a veteran, first responder, or a patriot looking for a place to put your skill set, your thoughts, and or want to help continue the mission? You have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we want to be the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always clean. We want to be part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to the WeP3 Debrief. Here's Andrea and Mark letting you know the mission. And as always, Patriot Pride.
Hi there. How's it going? Happy Monday. And Mark, Andrea, and Frank welcome you to the WeP3, which is We the People, the People's Patriot Project, weekly debrief. And you know what the debrief is about? Nope. Get your mind out of the gutter. It's not actually about that, Peterson. The debrief is about catching you up on what we've been doing, what we've been doing with others, and what others are doing, all in the name of supporting our mission of service, connection, and healing, the pillars of the People's Patriot Project. You guys know your mute is on, just in case you've been talking to me. Been kind of nice, not gonna lie. It's been kind of.
That's probably why you couldn't hear my noises I was making either.
Pardon me.
Here comes the.
Wow.
So yeah, that's what we do.
That's what we did. That's where we are. That's what we're doing.
Oh, that's what we do. I
What?
like spotlighting what others are doing with kind of the same mission and cause as what we do. I like it.
There's so many good things going on in the world. And that was kind of the theme and the method and the message last night. Not that we were going to get onto the show yet, but is that we spend, like, is it human makeup just to get up and bitch and complain about everything in life?
Oh,
Is
no.
Is that what it is? Well, that's kind of I feel like, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe this is a condition of my heart. That was another thing that came up last night. It's a heart condition. But maybe I just find that we try to find the negative in stuff first. And we see it on the news all the time. I mean, there's just crap and crud and this and that. When do we see the positive stuff? I mean, this came up last night, and I won't remember his name. I think Richard Fleek is going to try and get him onto our show. But the young man that has terminal brain cancer that has it came out on social media that he had passed away. And because I knew he was sick, and because I was like, oh, that's sad, and I didn't post it, but I did send it. I did comment to a couple of colleagues, friends, peers that the young man had passed away. Well, to later find out that I wasn't the only one that was duped, but that there others had said, hey, shame on you, he's not passed away. Why did that message get put out in that format? And that's one of the is that called gaslighting? That's gaslighting, right? That's
Or just gossip.
well, it's not even gossip though. It's because isn't gossip talking about someone, about them. I don't know. I feel like gossip is they got to be alive to gossip about them. I mean, if I talked about, I'm not going to go there. It's kind of funny, not funny, because I really don't care about. Do I care that it's plausible? But the Jeffrey Epstein stuff, I almost swore, is absolutely ridiculous. Don't care. I do care that the people were involved that probably did some things that they shouldn't have. Ridiculous on the affidavits that I'm seeing that some of the stuff even existed. But anyway, the point is, it doesn't fit gossip because there's people that still think the guy's alive. I have a clip of a social media post that has a picture of a guy that looks a lot like him. But of course, now let's spin it some more. This Jim Carrey stuff that just happened, where apparently he was a guy that kind of looked like him was on the red carpet. It doesn't look like Jim Carrey to me, but again, everyone can. I don't see what I'm saying. I'm spiraling. I'm rabbit holing on all kinds of stuff, and none of it is edifying. None of it is gaining ground. None of it is making a difference. It's spending time researching, looking into stuff that I don't care. You know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about this. Let's talk about this.
Hey,
Look at that guy.
Look at that guy. This is positive. This is edifying. This is what I do know. I do know our good friend Frank is an award-winning author that has been giving, and he's given to the People's Patriot Project, and he's been given to the world his writings. And this is what I do know. It's factual. And we see it. And congratulations, Frank.
I had to explain to everybody why I was wearing a red bow tie.
Well, I don't know. You told us last night.
Well, I figured you guys knew. It was Friday.
Ah.
Yeah.
Ah. Well, I didn't know what I thought it was over the weekend, so I wouldn't have known
Oh,
that.
it was on Friday. It was nice having it on Friday because then we came back on Saturday and we still had a day of the weekend to do stuff.
Would
But
you have worn a WeP3 green tie if it was Saturday?
I could have.
Good
There,
answer.
the
A beacon
people
tie. Holy
the
cow.
people in the ceremony were wearing all kinds of different things. And thank you, Willis. Appreciate it, brother. The there was a guy that showed up in a Hawaiian shirt, and I don't know if he had sandals or not, but he walked across the stage and got his award and kind of waved at everybody and left.
Now,
Easy stuff.
was that a reflection of him just goofing around or not taking it serious, or what? Did you get a take on it?
I didn't, because by the time the awards giving was over, he had left. Literally, he got his award and left.
Okay. Well, and you know what? In the real part of the who cares? I mean,
Well, the bad thing is that if you didn't want to attend, they offered to send it to you. So he could have saved
maybe
all the money on hotel and airfare, and
maybe he has a whole bunch of them, and he lives locally, and he just got like one's holding his door open, and one is might have been
I
on
don't know.
vacay, right? Had to get back out to the beach, or
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of sand, but there ain't no water.
yeah.
Oh,
We got
And
it.
it
I
was
got it. I read between the lines, brother. I got it.
been on vacay. Vacation.
it was in the mid 90s.
Shame on
All
you,
3
Frank.
days we were there.
He did not trust that the AC was going to be working, did he?
So we talked about it briefly, and again, I'm kind of deeper into the notes of the show last night than we should be at this point, but it is one of those things where I need to want to, and that was one of the challenges last night. First of all, check your six. And second of all, did I say second of all already? Did I just have a stroke? What's going on here?
You're on the second of all.
Did I start with second of all?
Well, first of all, I think you started with second of all.
Right. That's what I think too. That's weird. We'll have to play that back, check that out. First of all, you got to check your six. Second of all, we wanted people to challenge people to, if they're the want that comes into your life and into your space, challenge them to say something positive. Challenge them to say something. I think we need more of that. I think I need to hear more better stories. I want to know the good things people are doing. I want to raise the spirit. I want to figuratively and literally bow, 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 bow. All right. Should you say something about the people we like in the world?
What do we like?
Well,
The sponsors, maybe.
Oh, we can say it. You want to talk about Catch 22, peer support, and the godfather of the People's Patriot Project, Derek Iozio. He has his peer groups with Catch 22 and with, I think we doubled up on that. And with
double.
the double, triple, holler, joller, warriors. You guys, there's always a coffee group, a music group, a focus group. I'm trying to remember what Kirk Poe's group was. So we got different leaders. We got different what do I want to say? Different topics, different ways to look at things. And then we have Operation Texas Strong.
Are we doubling up on this one too?
Okay, if you're doing it, I won't do it. Okay, so then we have Operation Texas Strong, who, you guys, I just saw, not only did they put some of these campers up with homeless veterans in them, these RVs, I just call them campers, but they also, they have like RV ports. So like you're not just parked outdoors, which you are kind of, but they have roofing over top of the RVs. It's really cool. So if you guys get a chance, go check out Operation Texas Strong. They're collecting used RVs. I mean, new if you want to donate them, but they're collecting nice used RVs to put homeless veterans in, and they have a store. They've got the Texas Strong store right there on site. I saw Bobby's, his son was doing some crafty kind of things. Not like arts and crafts kind of thing, but just adding to the whole thing. I mean, coffee, games. Thank you, Peggy and Bobby Krutzinger, for what you do. I got to tell you this. They have an amazing nonprofit and give back while running their own business. Like Bobby is busy with his own business as well. And Peggy is kind of his right-hand man on that. So it's amazing what you can accomplish when you put your mind to it. I just want to use them as an example of that kind of thing. We also have these two yahoos. We meet with them pretty regularly by the names of Stephen Rainwater and Jonathan Wills. Don't double up. I already did it. Business growth engine, excuse me. They are the builders of your business growth engine. And oh my gosh, there's so many ideas, so many directions. They have made AI friendly. Scares the living daylights out of me. AI does, but they've made it friendly and user friendly, and it just keeps getting better. Oh my gosh, you guys, they got this little guy named Nelson, and Nelson will take your stuff, and he's a little bit merciless. He's a little bit merciless in telling you if you're not doing really well. I think my connections were kind of like the stone cold desert. I had one contact, one lead, and his name's Mark E. Peterson. And so it was a cold, barren area. I'm like, wow, that's because it's already there, and I haven't had time to put anyone else in. So it's going to be a whole CRM. It's going to be a whole website. It's going to be a whole planning center for us, and ideas, marketing. Gosh dang, I think we've added to our business plan. Like we're rolling. With that, thank you very much, Stephen and Jonathan.
Truth.
Yeah.
Well,
What about that?
last night we had some people on. We got your 6 at 6. We come every Sunday night, episode 294. And last night's show was absolutely a top 10 in our world, and the fact that it just, the dynamic, the conversation, the realism, I've seen that one of our guests, the musician, which Frank will be the one that introduces him, has had a transition in life, and he had a battle cry last night as to what, if you've tried everything else, let's try one more different thing. If you've never tried it, and let's try the Jesus. And he has. Here's me, and I'm getting on the musician, but I want to share this. As we were prepping for the show, I asked Steven, I said, we always do like a week in advance, and I asked him, what songs do you want to showcase during this episode? And he goes, hey, can we put Brooks Herring up there? Can we put Sal Gonzalez up there? Can we put Tony Turner up there? Can we do all these guys? And I'm like, Well, brother, good to see you, Brian Gibson. Project Die Hard down there in Illinois and Kentucky. I'm like, we can do that, but we want to showcase what you've done. And he's got a, and I'll backpedal. I'll digress. That's the Shannon Book statement. I'll digress. He goes, I have changed the pieces of my life, and there's some of the music and content I put out there that I don't necessarily find it edifying and does not reflect who I am anymore. I'm like, hey, okay, that's a thing. And
is that his word, edifying?
Yeah,
that's a good word. Oh my gosh, I love it.
And I'm like, that is awesome when you see a place and a space in your life where you've had growth. He's stepped forward. His version has changed, and he doesn't want the things. And that's a big piece, man. That's a big step. That's I don't want that to represent who and what my message is now. Okay. I said, well, we're kind of showcasing you. And he came up with 2 songs. I will backpedal now and let Frank take care of that after I talk about our guest, Ryan Brimmer, who, weirdly, oddly enough, I can't verify that I was his teacher at any given point, but him coming from Gillette, Wyoming, and the fact that I taught in Gillette, Wyoming, we couldn't put the pieces all together. I do know that he went to Twin Spruce. No one knows this other than Gillette people. It's one of the middle school, or actually the junior highs there. But just weird, went on to service, and now he does all the things. His big piece is he's the vet deal maker. He works in many spaces, and a big part of his stuff is working. And he had a moment last night where he minimized his mission, and he goes, because he works for a golfing group that takes veterans out to golf out in Arizona. And I was like, I didn't get to it. I wanted to say, hey, never minimize the efforts. That if that's the lure, if that's the bait to pull veterans and first responders in, then you got to do that. And when we were building the People's Patriot Project back in the day, we had people tell us, you need to specialize. And I'm like, no, we're not going to. So Ryan's link is up in there. He does so many. He's with Fairways for Warriors. That's the golf organization. He also is involved with Millionaire Man Cave. He does a ton of stuff. And so if you're in Arizona, or in his battle cry last night is, who do you know that I don't know? And he wants to add more people to his network, build and grow and build and grow and build and grow. Ryan so I don't think this is sly or throws shade or anything. He wasn't real confident about what the People's Patriot Project and or what We Got Your 6 at 6 was bringing to the table. By the end of the show last night, he was a full on board fan. He's like, yo, my gosh, you guys are doing it right. And again, that's good to hear. I don't need to hear it. We know this, not to be arrogant. We are confident, but at the same time, we don't do this for us. We do this to make sure that we are reaching, providing the supports that those that have served and taking care of them. So lots of craziness, all the bouncing all over the place. Ryan Brimmer of Vet Dealmaker, great guest, great human being, and just getting stuff done. There, I didn't take all the Stephen Cochran stuff. my challenge to you, Frank,
Yes.
what
Say something you
song?
didn't say.
Yeah, a lot. I didn't say a lot. What song do we dare even play?
Well, he played Carry On, and then he played Pieces. And Pieces was a song about relationship with our Lord and Savior.
Keep on. Not to get all.
No, okay, sorry. Keep on. Keep. I thought it was Carry On. My apologies, sir. You're
Keep
one
on
heck of a
keeping on.
musician. A very, very godly person and sincere. And I enjoyed every minute of his appearance on the show last night.
Just a plethora of knowledge. And again, we joked and made fun of the relationships that are down there in Nashville, and all of them are a bunch of cranny Marines. It's ridiculous. But they're not all. They're not all. And just what they're doing with Label 22 and building that network of musicians, and that's not just a music recording label, but more of a full production organization that helps with training, building, and growing veterans in the industry as a whole, management, production, all the pieces. And just, I don't know, they've done such a good job. I was absolutely blessed back in the day. It's been 2 years now. To get a chance to go down there and hang out with them on their launch, and that's Stephen right to my right, and then Brian Romans and an NFL star who's also a musician up there in the middle. But again, absolute blessing to be part of that event and what they're doing. We've talked many times, many times about connecting, and Brian Romans, who's part of the Romans Warriors Foundation, and also the Wall on Global Terror, just an amazing, constantly always doing, hands in everything. We've talked so many times about connecting, building, growing. He's got a phrase in a statement that says, "Let's lock shields," and it fits into something that we're trying to create. And then again, I don't want to steal it. I will give full 100% all recognition to Brian Romans. And I know that goes back to kind of the Spartan idea where they would lock their shields, and we've seen it on 300 where none of the spears, arrows, and stuff get through because they all intermix. And
well, that was one of the interesting things he brought up too. Historically, they've gone through and they found records that indicated that the Spartans had PTS.
yes.
So it's not new, and everybody knew that, but it's interesting for them to be able to track it down to way back when.
Absolutely. No, and that's I'd heard this, but it's great that Stephen brought it up, and it's great that Brian Romans is involved with it. But this has been out there. We had an author not too long ago on our show sharing those pieces, and I wish I could remember all of the people that we've had on, but I don't remember the name, and that's terrible.
Well, if I remember right, they had they looked through documents and they found speeches that people had given, and when they translated it, they were able to see the chords in there that indicated PTS.
It's the world we live in, man. And it's frustrating because I struggle with the PTS acronym and the PTSD acronym in the fact that it has become such a lay word in the world of everyone. And I get everyone's. I'm not here to judge, folks. Here's my reality, but everyone it just seems like I'm shooting myself in the foot here a little bit. There's a lot of people that want to be more damaged, hurt, and or sick than, in my opinion, they really are. And that's judging. And but it's just like, we've had men and women watch catastrophic events in their faces where men have died right next to them. Women have died right next to them. People have lost their limbs. People have bled out. People have all the things. And I know this is minimizing, but then we've got youths getting frustrated because mom didn't cut the crust off their PB&J. And I know I'm minimizing, but it just I do have these conversations with people. And again, I'm not here to judge what is traumatic to another person. But when the word anxiety comes up in a lot of spaces now, and I even had this conversation today, and I'm like, well, tell me about that anxiousness. Tell me about what's the trigger for that and the why. It seems like you have all the things you need. And again, I'm not here to judge that piece, but people that have a roof over their head, food in their belly, a warm bed to sleep in, all the bills are paid, everything's good. I know there's other things, and I know that there's things that have created trauma, and I get that, but what are we anxious about? And I know that we run into that in a lot of spaces in our world today, and let's have the real conversations. It's all right to be nervous, in my opinion. Were you nervous up there getting your award, Frank?
I'm not nervous speaking in front of people.
Sure.
I don't know why. I'm just not. Maybe it's from being a musician when I was younger. I would get up and play in front of people, and it became something where I don't focus on them.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know.
But I was worried my tie was going to fall off.
Is that an option?
It shouldn't be, but the red tie and cummerbund I bought weren't exactly top quality.
Were they clip-ons?
It's on a piece of material and it hooks. And I tightened it up as much as I could, but I was talking to the leader of the program, the owner of the organization, and she looked at me and goes, "Frank, you can't go out there like that." And I said, "What?" And my tie had popped loose. So she hooked it back up, and I went out there, and thank God it didn't fall off while I was talking.
Pop. Do you have videos of this?
What's that?
Do you have videos of you up on stage?
Yes, I do.
How come we don't have that yet?
It's very large, so I had to do it via Messenger. I can do it as a drop file in an email, but I can't send it anywhere. It's got to be picked up.
Alrighty.
It was like 28 megabytes, and it was only a minute and a half.
Some high quality recording.
Is it the whole ceremony?
No, it's just me.
In a minute and a half?
The house, I got a minute. Well, I only had a minute, but I took more. And they were pulling people, like putting their arm around them. And I told the guy, the master of ceremonies, before I walked up, I said, "Don't put your arm around me." And he didn't. So I talked for an extra 30 seconds.
Perfect.
They didn't turn up the boombox and say...
Oh, they were turning up the music, and I was talking louder.
Oh, Frank, you're such a rebel.
Don't put a microphone in front of me.
Last night's episode was absolutely freaking amazing. Andrea Eichmann, what else we got going on?
What else do we got going on? I put a little link in there already because we do have that WeP3 radio station. Go check it out. How many? Because Peterson is kind of the guy in charge of it right now. Do you know how many artists we have in there?
240.
Nice. So figure like between 2 and 10 songs on average. That's I mean, in the world of radio, that's not a big chunk, but it's a big chunk from veteran and first responders who have turned to music and are creating music. So we are still talking about Reads Across America. Sounds like this gal that I work with for fundraising. In fact, I called her. I gave her the title. She's our top recruiter for fundraising. And Peterson and I went up to this VFW a couple weeks ago for the Friday night fish fry with some flyers and some information. And we brought home some donations. Could have been more, maybe, but we also had dinner with Jackie. And so Jackie and her friends went a couple days ago for the next fish fry. And they like almost 2.5 times the money that we got donated. So this is moving forward. I need you to look at donating. Go find someone you know that's in a national cemetery. Check out the People's Patriot Project website and their page on the Fort Snelling Reads Across America page. Right there, Peterson's got it. I mean, we're here. We're everywhere. Don't wait until
Am I the
December.
only unfrozen one?
You're not frozen anymore, Frank.
Hey, folks, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties with the video feed, but I'm sure the other two will be back shortly.
That's funny. Frank, we're here.
The one thing that I failed to mention yesterday was one of our sponsors with the tempo massager. I apologize. I don't have the name right in front of me, but I know it's one of those things that I wanted to pick up. There you go. There's the website, and if you want one, you can go ahead and pick one up, and the discount code is 20% off. And I'd be happy to pick one up. I need to go ahead on that website and order one.
Frank has no idea we're here, does he? This is weird.
The other interesting thing that we talked about, of course, we always do the news stories. And the one that I was focusing on was the injury to Lindsey Vonn, the Olympic skier. And everybody was talking about, she shouldn't have went out there. She shouldn't have did this. She shouldn't have did that. She's an Olympic level competitor and was a favorite to win. So even though her leg was bothering her, she was going to go out there. And they did a story and showed the extent of the injury to her leg. And from the model that they showed and the x-rays that they had, she's probably lucky she didn't lose her leg because it was that bad. So I wanted to make sure I did that story. And I have a funny feeling that next week we'll be talking about operations across the water, and just hope that
Is he reading a text message?
I sent him a text.
I have no idea what's happening.
This is weird.
Frank, can you hear us? So we froze up on his computer. He froze up on my computer.
Interesting. And I've got both of you.
Yeah, I have all three of us now too.
That's interesting. And he just this is a technical thing we got going, folks. It is not a reflection of Frank's ability to work with technology. Now he's gone.
Stop. You don't have to say it like that. That makes it sound like it does. Like
he's got technical issues.
I guess all I saw was spinning circles, so I figured
That is hilarious. Because we were talking through a dialogue.
Huh?
We were talking through a dialogue, and you just wanted the show to continue, and you just started talking, and we just sat back.
I had no idea.
It was good though, because you did. You're like, so these two, and we're like talking to you.
So
that was kind of fun. We should maybe do a show like that where we're all just blind to the others and just see what we come up with.
Well, isn't that kind of normal?
Well, yeah, but then we'd be talking over each other and stuff. That'd be weird.
I don't talk over anybody. Gosh.
Oops.
You're good.
That was
bro.
good. That was good. Oops. No.
I didn't put this up there.
Well, I wouldn't know how to put it up there, so it wasn't me.
Who is it? Eichmann? You are a Viking now?
You need to take that out of there. I didn't leave it in there.
I didn't put it in there.
Well, it sure as heck wasn't me.
That was my tough Viking girl look. I was sharing with you and Frank, not the world.
Oh, well, you shouldn't have left it in
I don't
there.
know. That looks like a pretty good Viking to me.
Gosh, could you just imagine the fear that would just come over the people?
No, I don't even look angry. Why do they have me smiling on that picture?
Well, that's the worst kind of killer. The ones that don't look angry.
Oh, huh? Well, my mama always said just kill him with kindness. So I suppose.
Yeah, and a big axe.
Big axe never hurts.
Are you saying axe?
Axe. Me.
Oh,
yes.
Which one I said?
Yeah,
that was a big axe.
That was a big old axe.
You got a very big axe.
I'm not sure I could pick that axe up.
I am done with you two. So done with you two. This
the
big axe that I carry will knock you down one day.
Well, that thing looked like it was almost the same size as you.
It's a big axe. If you ask AI, am I just carrying it like a?
I don't know. I
How
don't
do
know.
you ask AI anything?
I don't like to really rely. English teachers don't really like AI, but it's listening to me right now, so will work with me well from here on
I'll
out.
teach your class tomorrow.
I have no idea how to use it.
Be careful, because these two guys that we have working with us, they got a little bee called Nelson, and Nelson can do anything.
You talked about Nelson already.
I know Nelson is cool. You just ask Nelson.
Did you talk about your ruck? I don't remember you talking.
No,
about
I saw it come up there, but I think that's when Frank got into the news, the Lindsey Vonn story. No, you guys, look at this. October 17th. I think I already have a couple sponsors. I think we're going to do some vendors. I don't even have the map because they just did their Skyview map and started planning a route to see. So we have to determine how long it will be. 10 miles will be kind of a long one because that could be a lot of circles or really ins and outs. The harvest will be done, but we still have to be conscientious of the grapevines. We can't have people trampling the grapevines. Hey, anyone who's listening, I'm going to keep taking surveys. So we're having a ruck, and it's in a vineyard, and it's here in Minnesota, just south of where I live. I want to call it the Rucking Grapes of Wrath. But I had some younger people tell me, well, I know what you mean because it's like that one book, but they don't think young people read that stuff anymore.
Well, that's a shame.
I'm sure they hear about it, don't they?
That's a classic.
I'm going to have to ask my younger daughter. But I mean, right? Because you're running through the grapevine.
What's a younger daughter? You only have one daughter.
Well, yeah, my younger one. My older, youngest one, Faithy.
We're in the middle of something.
Oh, what was that?
What was that? What is it? I don't know yet. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. It keeps eating up half my head.
There must be some technology issues again.
I don't know what it is, but it's coming. Boom. We need some B-roll. We need some B-roll. Boom. Boom. Boom.
That's a pretty good poster.
Some weird sounds. Those are some weird sounds. Just saying.
Pardon me.
What else we got? Oh, so what song are we going to do?
Well, I was thinking about Pieces.
Pieces? You want to do Pieces? All right.
Yeah, I like that one.
Pieces is fitting because of the conversation he had last night about putting it all back together, and that there's only one way that you can put it all back together. You guys got anything else you want to say before I throw it up there?
No. I do.
Yeah.
You guys talked about church stuff a little bit. Can we just, ask for prayers for safety over there?
Yeah, 100%.
Reading my mind.
100%. We
God bless all of our men and women in uniform.
Thank you.
And sadly, we know we've lost 3. I don't know that he eloquently put it, but our commander in chief, he said we'll possibly lose more, but we will do what we need to do. It doesn't matter your opinions on it. It doesn't matter my opinions on it. It sucks, but we have the men and women who are wearing the uniform that will carry off the mission, that it's commanders, all decisions through a leadership group is making this. And so brothers and sisters in service, Godspeed. This is Stephen Cochran with Pieces.
Well, here I sit not knowing where I stand. 2 years of therapy and still just half a man. Well, this town moved on without me. Now where do I fit in? Life's a jumbled puzzle, and where do I begin? But how do you paint a picture back in focus? Or build the dreams when you're broken? And no one understands, and you scream for Jesus, and all you've got left are these pieces. Well, here I sit, I'm trying my best to stand. It's back to baby steps again. Each one takes me further from being a burden to all my friends, and a little closer to breaking these new legs in. But how do you paint a picture back in focus? Or build the dreams when you're broken? No one understands, and you scream for Jesus, And all you've got left are these pieces of who I was. But the man I am has to let go of the things I can't change. I gotta rearrange the pieces. There he sat, not knowing where he stood, feeling like a stranger in his own neighborhood, searching for the answers and the reasons. I say don't worry, and don't worry, they come in pieces. Yeah, they come in